How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of anniversary barrel-aged hopeful goodness in the form of Dark City Brewing's. It's their DCBC3. It's their anniversary blend of barrel-aged strong ales. Yeah, this comes courtesy of Gordon. Thank you very much, brother. He is a New Jerseyite, as am I, and he sent me out a box of hopeful deliciousness because I haven't had any of them. This is the first one I'm digging into. We'll see what's what. It's been a while since I've had a Dark City beer, and I'm kind of pumped because I'm in the mood for a barrel-aged beer. And when you're talking about blending, kind of piquing my interest. What else does it say here? Dark City Brewing, DCBC3. I assume it's their 3rd anniversary, and it says 13% alcohol by volume. This was canned just about a month ago, actually exactly a month ago. This is canned on the 2nd of January 2019. Today is the 2nd, oh no, 2 months ago, the 2nd of March, so 2 months old. New year, who dis? And that'd be that. Yeah, done and done. Nothing about what is being blended or whatnot, and a pretty kind of, you know, simple label. Kind of works for me, to be perfectly honest with you. So looks good so far. Yeah, buddy. Blended barrel-aged beer is coming out like kind of almost motor oil. It's not dead on motor oil, but we're getting there close. So what do we have there? Look at that. It's, you know, rich creaminess on top. It has a little bit of kind of sprightly, aggressive kind of head that's dissipating a little bit quick. So it has a creaminess, but at the same time aggressiveness to it. Who would thunk it? And yeah, what I like my coffee to look like, colored head, and she be dark. Not the darkest beer in the history of mankind, but dark enough to play the part of a big barrel-aged beer. Does it look like a stout? I don't know. That's the whole blending part in there. Maybe it's a blend of a barley wine and stout. Maybe there's some quad in there. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Let's give her a no-ski. I'm just getting barrel, and by that I should say I'm getting spirit. I'm not getting a huge kind of oak component or a charriness. I'm getting vanilla, and I'm getting booze, and I'm getting like a bourbon barrel. This is sweet maltiness. There's a caramel underlying everything, but it's really very spirit forward. A little bit of soft vanilla and that kind of soft caramel you would get from like a bigger kind of barrel-aged beer, and that's pretty much it. The odd part is it's not hot. It's just vibrant in the way that spirit comes off. So a lot of the alcohol seems like it's been kind of blown off. What you're left is a big spirit component, soft barrel character, and the beer kind of lying right underneath. So it smells quite nice. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay. There's a big bittering component. I feel like I'm getting a bittering from a barrel, with the charriness. I feel like I'm getting a bittering from hops, and I feel like I'm getting a bittering from a roasted malt. They're a little bit bigger than what I like. Now, on top of that, the beer does have a stout kind of flavor to it. And by that, I mean it has this big roasted malt component that comes off very Russian Imperial Stout. So with all that bittering going on, and then you get that kind of big roasted malt component, the charred chocolates, the big charred maltiness on top of that bittering, I'm thinking Russian Imperial Stout. The only problem is it's very thin. It's very thin. Let's see what else. It's a little bit hot, nothing too crazy. And there's like an apple component to it. I don't think it's coming from a barrel. There's a soft apple, like it's almost like Macintosh apple. It's not like a green apple thing. That's pretty much it. It just it tastes a little disjointed to me. It's not bad, you know. The beer component of the show is just a big kind of Russian Imperial Stout kind of vibe to it, but without that kind of sultry, thick, kind of creamy mouthfeel. The barreling is present and aggressive, but it just doesn't, it's not all that distinct. It's more spirit generic than big, huge bourbon barrel. There's a soft vanilla to it, and really it is the kind of body of it, the thinness of it kind of dumbs it down a little bit for me. Yeah, it's not, it's weird. You know what it actually reminds me of? Because of that bittering, It's almost like it's like coming off almost like a spicy, molassesy kind of spicy bitteriness. It tastes like an alcohol version of Coca-Cola. So it's like, it is a beer. It's a stout. I believe it's a stout, probably blended with a barley wine. I don't think there's any kind of Belgian influence in there, both on the yeast end or a Belgian candied version. But I think there's a kind of a barley wine stout blend going on. And it reminds me of kind of like an alco pop thing. Again, it's still a beer. I'm not confusing with it, but it's just giving me those kind of Coca-Cola, soda jerky, kind of sarsaparilla vibes. It makes me kind of be like, okay, this is kind of like that kind of beer. But, you know, I don't love it. I don't necessarily hate it. This is 50 degrees on the nose. And I think this might be a bit better of a beer, closer to 60, 65 degrees. But it's just a little, it lacks a little bit of nuance, a little bit of kind of deft touch to it. And while not negative, and while not a bad beer, it just lacks that kind of flair, a little bit of panache to kind of drive it over the top. And considering that how big it is, and with how thin the beer comes off, it kind of leaves me wanting a little bit. So there you go. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better barrel-aged beers I've had as of late? No, but it's not a bad beer. It's just kind of missing those components that really kind of make you go wow when it comes to big barrel-aged beers. Value and availability, no idea. It was sent to me by Gordon. Thank you very much, brother. And leave you with, if you like what will you like this beer, if you like big barrel-aged beers, but you want a little bit more drinkable package, or if you like alco pop, but you want to get into barrel-aged beers, I know that's a weird kind of thing. It's not overly sweet. It doesn't remind me of like Not Your Father's Root Beer or anything like that, but it does give me those Coca-Cola, like I said, old-timey soda jerky kind of sarsaparilla cola vibes. So if that's a flavor that you know and you dig, this is probably going to tickle you pink a little bit. Maybe not going into it expecting a big, thick, huge Firestone Walker Russian Duck style blended stout, but something that kind of gives you those kind of vibes. I could see it working for you if that's what you like. And there we go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little local barrel-aged goodness right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.